Hello, my name is Tim. My company is Sports and Touring, and we are Jaguar F-Type specialists. It's a great pleasure to show you this beautiful car. It's a V6S Roadster, so the 3-litre supercharged engine, 380 horsepower, and rear-wheel drive. It's in Stratus Grey, one of the most attractive and most in-demand colours. It's sitting on freshly factory refurbished 20-inch Gyrodyne wheels, and it has the beautiful Cirrus leather interior. Let's take a look around. The F-Type looks sensational in any colour palette, but the greys in particular do receive a lot of attention because they accentuate the form, the shape, the flowing lines, the graceful structure of the F-Type body. And in the lineup of greys, Stratus is perhaps my personal favourite. And the reason for that is that, as you'll have seen in the photos of this car, this is a colour which really does reflect its surroundings. In the photos, you'll see that the light of the sky behind is making the car look almost as if it's a whole range of different shades. And that is one of the beauties of Stratus Grey. The car is in beautiful condition. You probably know already that we are very fussy indeed here at Sports and Touring about the quality and condition of the vehicles that we retail, both in terms of their aesthetics and on the technical side. And this one delivers very fully indeed in both regards. Here we can see the 20-inch Gyrodyne wheels. These have just been factory refurbished, and that is a full bare metal process, chemical strip first and then hand preparation. And then these have been finished in shadow chrome, a beautiful colour for the F-Type in this grey. And then looking inside the car, you can see that the darker grey of the outside is accentuated beautifully by the light Cirrus leather. A really good looking thing, I have to say, and a pleasure to have here in our stock. Let's take a look inside. The car's supplied, of course, with 2 remote key fobs and the owner's book pack. And pressing the fob, we can see the door handle pop out with the Jaguar logo there. And that enables us to open the door and take a look inside. Starting with the door card, which is in, I dare say, factory condition, unblemished and unmarked. And the same is true for the rest of the cockpit. From the tread plate through the carpets to these beautiful Cirrus leather seats, they are in fantastic condition. You can see where you might expect to see some fairly heavy wear on the side bolsters. In fact, the condition is really excellent. Sitting down into the car, and we have the beautiful F-Type cockpit, the instrument binnacle there with the rev counter and speedometer, the multifunction steering wheel. And to explore further, let's start up the V6 with the start-stop button there. It's, by the way, the Ignis start-stop button and flappy paddles in this car, another extra cost option fitted to it when it was built. As we do that, we'll see the instrument panel come to life and the centre air vent come up into position. So looking around, we've got a useful cubby hole between the seats, and that is lockable. So if you're parking the car with the roof down, you can pop some valuables in there out of the way. Under the armrest, another useful cubby hole with a 12-volt supply, USB socket, auxiliary input for the infotainment system and the CD player. We've got the 2 cup holders, of course. And then on the centre console itself, we've got the button for the roof, electronic parking brake, eco stop start, spoiler deployment for particularly when you're washing the car, important to lift the spoiler then and clean underneath. We've got the traction control button and the switchable active sports exhaust button, which opens those valves in the exhaust and gives you that throatier engine note. Onto the driving mode selector switch, and here we go from standard mode forward into rain, ice and snow, which calms this powerful rear-wheel drive car a lot. In slippery conditions, you'll find that a very valuable thing indeed. Back through standard mode and into dynamic driving mode. You see the checkered flag lights up, and on the instrument binnacle, dynamic mode confirmed is enunciated, and the binnacle itself turns red with the backlighting indicating that we're now in tutti frutti, not vanilla driving mode. Back over here and we can look at this beautiful shift stick. It's a great piece of design. The park button on the top, the trigger on the front so that you can move it into drive, and from there sideways into sport gearbox mode, and from there you can shift up and down using the shift stick, or of course at any time using the flappy paddles, which enables you to keep your hands on the wheel and the car under 100% control. Moving back to the center console here, and we can see the climate controls here with the timed recirculation, and another extra cost option, the electrically heated front windscreen, those little wires in the front windscreen which heat the window up so effectively in cold weather. We've got dual zone climate, so driver and passenger have their own choice of temperature, and 3-stage electrically heated seats as well. Onto the infotainment. Here's the home screen. From here we can go to the audio setup, and you can see at the moment we have DAB radio. There's also FM and AM radio, and under the My Music option we've got Bluetooth, USB, CD and auxiliary 2. So a very fully featured set of media to keep you entertained on your travels. Back to the home page and navigation, of course. We've got very good satellite navigation in this F-Type. A lovely clear display, a big clear map which you can use and interpret very easily while you're driving, and the whole system very easy to program with your destination and so forth. Back to the home page once again, and we have naturally Bluetooth telephony, very clear and crisp, easy to use. It's a great system, and one which is relatively trouble-free compared with certain others I could mention. We'll just pop extra features there, and you'll see this car also has configurable ambient lighting, so you can change the colour and brightness of the interior lighting to suit your own preference. Carrying on around the cockpit, we come to the steering wheel. We've got the left thumb pad here with the infotainment controls and Bluetooth telephony button. The left stalk has the automatic headlamps. Right-hand thumb pad for the cruise control and active speed limiter, and on the right-hand stalk, the rain-sensitive wipers. Down here by my right knee, we've got buttons for the boot release and the fog light too. As you see, everything in beautiful condition. It has clearly been a car which has been very carefully looked after, and there are very few signs indeed of the car's age or mileage looking around the cockpit. Let's switch the engine off and have a look at how the roof works. Compared to a lot of other convertibles or roadsters, the F-Type folding roof, I dare say, is a very fine piece of engineering. It's quick to operate, it's simple, and as it turns out, it's very reliable too. Closing the roof is simply a matter of activating the switch down here in the center console. You'll see the two little flaps lift up to enable the roof to come out of its stowage compartment. It folds forwards in only a very few seconds and latches completely automatically into the top of the windscreen. The windows come up and we are sealed comfortably inside for roof up motoring. Conversely, when the shower has passed and we can see the sunshine ahead, we just press the button again and hold, and the windows come down, the roof unlatches from the top of the windscreen and folds itself away, after which those two flaps move down into the stowage position and the windows close again. All over in a very few seconds, and as I say, notably reliable system compared with certain other manufacturers that I could mention. Very few convertibles would win prizes for the size of the boot, and I think it's fair to say that the F-Type boot is on the compact side, but it's plentifully wide. It extends a long way forward in the centre section there, And with this useful deep cubby hole here at the back, there is in fact plenty of room for a week or two away. And indeed, if you treat yourself to one of the bespoke luggage sets available for the F-Type convertible, you can arrive not only in style, but also with your belongings very neatly packed into the boot, making the very best use of the available space. Again, you can see that it's all very crisp and clean, no unpleasant marks, no signs of abuse, and no unpleasant odours in this boot either. This car really is in very fine condition indeed. Around on the passenger side, and again, the door card is in perfect order, completely unmarked, I dare say, more or less exactly as it left the factory. Again, the tread plate is excellent, and the whole cockpit, from the dashboard through the centre console and this gorgeous leather seat, are all in very fine order indeed. Under the bonnet, and there is the power plant. 3 litres of supercharged V6, producing 380 horsepower, and through the excellent 8-speed ZF automatic gearbox, driving this F-Type from 0 to 60 in only 4.8 seconds, and on to a top speed artificially limited at 171 miles an hour. It's a breathtaking performance from any modern sports car. Add into that the amazing handling and sure-footed grip of the F-Type, and you have a heady cocktail indeed in the driving seat. Again, under the bonnet here, you can see everything is in very fine order. The service history on this car is very good indeed. It's passed all of our inspections without any problems. It drives absolutely perfectly, and it is ready and waiting for its next keeper. So thank you very much indeed for watching. It's been a huge pleasure to show you this beautiful F-Type. We're Sports and Touring. We're just outside Andover in Hampshire, open 7 days a week by appointment only. Do please telephone, email or WhatsApp us if you've got any questions, or if you'd like to see this car in person or by video call. It'll be our pleasure to send you a link to the Google Drive. That's our online folder with higher resolution photos which you can zoom in on, and PDF copies of important documents like the service history for you to browse through. If on your buying journey you're disposing of a car, we'll give you frank and honest advice about the best way to achieve the maximum value with the minimum inconvenience. And if you'd like to chat about finance, we can do that as well. We're authorised and regulated by the FCA. Do please take a few moments to read our reviews in Auto Trader. I'm so proud of the things that our previous customers say about the business they've done with us. And I'll close by saying thank you again for watching. Do please feel free to like and subscribe to us here on YouTube, and we will look forward to hearing from you very soon.